Whoop, whoop, what's up, Bearcats? We're here. We're hanging. We're chilling. It's Thursday night. That means it's time for the HMG TNA Impact Watch Long and Belt Count. Yeah, pal. Hope you're having a great week. Oh, man. Just got my car back. I'm happy about that. And I think we're going to see 8 belts tonight, pal. Whoop, whoop. Good to see y'all. Lab Rat, whoop, whoop. What's up, man? What are they testing on you tonight? Yeet, yeet. Speaking of which, I need to do this little smoky toky. Yeet, yeet. Hey, we might see 9 Lab Rat. We just might. If JCJ makes an appearance, 9 isn't play. What's up? It's Cold Blooded. Whoop whoop. Hope you're doing well, sir. Yeet yeet. Oh, that was a nice one. Whoop whoop. Welcome the greatest TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions. We are, of course, watching this free on the TNA YouTube channel, pal. Whoop whoop. Speaking of YouTube and Facebook, let's hit them up. Let them know we live.
Sweet Cleveland and the elegant brand showing up and shining out brighter than ever. There's a lot of elegant brand. I want to address that. Terrible things. That's my elegance.
Hey, yo, what's up, Todd? Mr. No Monikers Needed. The two-time, bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. HMG Pick'em World Champion in the house. Let's talk about it. Whoop, whoop. You're going 8-2. Whoop, whoop. Sounds good, pal. And we are currently at 2 right now. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks, cold-blooded. All right, sounds good, man. Whoop, whoop.
With a cycle defense against the Inspiration Slammiversary and the Elegance brand handle 2 of the newest knockouts tonight.
We know that we're the new birds. We are to make an impact. We know that Ash and Heather play the game really well, but that doesn't mean we don't know how to play too. We have waited so long to be here, and we're ready to prove that we can win. And if we win tonight, we are first in line for the shot at those knockout world tag titles after Slammiversary.
Well, what an opportunity potentially here ahead of Slammiversary. We already know the Knockouts World Tag Team titles will be on the Molly Grace and Harley Hudson.
Oh man, I think just short. Or and I go back and look. I think it ended up being 11 last night.
Against Heather by Elegance in the huge main event also in the tag team ranks. The Hardys and the Rascals up against the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Nemesis, and First Class.
Oh, nice. That should be a good one.
Reigning TNA World Champion.
YouTube.
Later on tonight.
Oh, it was 12. Okay, so Todd, I got my bad. We got it, Todd. Or I got it. Or shit.
NXT Women's Champion JC Jane and Fallon Henley, a fatal influence.
Oh, damn, that was actually ended up being a safe bet though. With how many there were shows, like, all right, we got some ROH ones here too.
TNA International title and a triple threat match against Mansoor and Jake Something. Plus, later on this evening, Indy Hartwell goes one-on-one with Victoria Crawford before Hartwell faces Tessa Blanchard at Slammiversary. And also, Cedric Alexander teams up with John Scott to face Mustafa Ali's Secret Service.
Right now, matched by Elegance, who we know has such a strong, and I mean that literally, background in fitness and bodybuilding. Harley Hudson really thinks she can take it here to Ash by Elegance. That's what you get. Look out here, breaks actually. It's hoping too soon from Harley Hudson here.
Oh, Harley Hudson from Liverpool, England. Here's the cover, pressing the shoulders down and a kick out.
Elegance brand ahead of Slammiversary here. They need as much momentum as they can get.
Cover by Hudson here on Heaven. Speaking of championship matches, Masha Slater.
Oh, nice.
Defender, TNA
Well, hopefully, they end up being correct on this. I've heard a lot of good things about Richard Holiday. A lot of good things about that guy. Haven't had a chance to see any of his stuff, but the people I've heard talk about him have said nothing but good things, especially Ben.
Heather by Elegance. Now isolated Harley Hudson. Elegance make her pay for everything.
Heather was using the bulk of the 5 count there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, big right hand by Heather. Of course, the Elegance brand adding
Yeah, plus I think,
to their ranks.
isn't GCW working with WWE now, or at least their ID program? I think I saw something where
let's not forget as well that Ash by Elegance has in her gorgeous
let me go look this up real quick.
Cover here by Ash. Kick out from Hudson.
In adorned back pocket. A future knockout world title shot. Look, there is a different fervor. There is a different energy in the air for Ash and other by Elegance. This is a little bit more rough and tumble side of the lovely and beautiful Elegance brand.
Shades of the TNA Hall of Famer Austin Kong there and a kick out. Great double team combo. While Ash and Heather, the Knockouts World Tag Team Champs.
There's a reason they are the champs. It's not just a style. It's not just a body.
It's apparently it's been announced. Yeah, WWE ID is from the WWE ID Twitter account. Breaking news. The first WWE ID champions will be determined on August 1st during SummerSlam weekend in Rutherford, New Jersey, when GCW Wrestling presents the ID Showcase. The Women's ID Championship will be determined in a triple threat match. So, yeah, it's going to be Kylie Ray versus Zara Zucker versus Zeta Steele. And the finals for the men still has to be decided. But, yeah, so Game Changer Wrestling will be hosting the finals for the ID titles.
Cut down by Heather.
Second time in this match.
Okay, I remember hearing something about that. Okay, thank you.
Holding the hand of Harley Hudson on the rope. The window. Now the window's open for.
And a tag there. Here comes Myla Grace up against Ash.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, is that really bad for them? Now all of a sudden, like, that puts value. That puts, some. Because I'm sure they have to clean up their shows a little bit.
2-on-1.
Myla Grace going to work here on Ash.
Starting to break.
Yeah, I haven't seen Kylie Ray work much, but I could see that.
Oh, look at the team. Oh, man. A meeting of the minds.
Yep. I wonder if that was kind of like that doing the blood sport the last few years. That kind of helped set that establishment and build that start that foundation and build that relationship.
Now Ash trying to set up Heather for some offense.
Whoop, whoop.
Arrow too close for comfort. Smiler breaks down and now rises.
Yeah, I think she's on Evolve.
Champions, Heather and Ash.
No angle contact by the audience friend on the outside. The referee didn't see it, was covering the pinfall. And the Elegance brand scores another win.
The most beautiful part
Nice.
in pro wrestling. The referee didn't see it.
All right, now we want to turn our attention to our main event. Let's check in with our broadcast colleague, Jim Miller.
Nice. Good for them.
I'm standing
Good to hear.
with the Hardys and huge main event tonight, an 8-man tag team match against you four versus the Nemeths and First Class. How are you guys feeling?
Oh, yeah, we're feeling good, and it is a massive main event tonight on TV.
I wonder, is WWE kind of building almost like a pseudo territory system, and that's going to be is Triple H trying to build, or Triple H and Shawn Michaels trying to build like a pseudo territory system, and basically make that the farm league?
But this really is a big match for all of us because we're two of the 4 teams that are in the 4-way Slammiversary ladder match for the tag titles. You know, tonight, I think it's important that both of our teams work together and we capitalize on momentum going into Slammiversary. And then at Slammiversary,
Yes, that is on the list, Todd.
May the best team win, man. Love and respect, no doubt. And Brother Nero, I got to tell you, with all the ups and downs we've had the last few weeks, I think for the Hardys, it's do or die time. Tonight's different. We're feeling like Rams tonight. Hey,
Okay. Yeah, dude, that's actually, if you really think about it, that's actually a pretty good way of developing talent. Put them through, basically put them through the old territory system, but the difference is you control the territory system.
Hell of a main event on tap later on tonight, and the TNA World Champion NXT Trick Williams will join us on commentary. Also this evening, a Knockouts Tag Team match that could be a preview of title versus title, winner takes all at Slammiversary. But coming up next, Cedric Alexander.
Which is mind-boggling because all of Vince's best workers were products of the territory system. Like even Stone Cold, he was at the tail end of the territory days. Why would you get rid of the system that produced the best workers, in the business? Instead, create your own version of it and try to perfect it and use it to develop talent. Get them experience. Boys, stop it. Stop it, boys. Stop it. Stop it. Hard commercial break. Whoop, whoop. Party time, pal. Ooh, if that was not talked about on Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Head, I'll hit Jeff up with a message, or I'll put a tweet out tagging Vince, Jeff, and Al in it. But hey, you know that company GCW? That's where WWE is holding the finals for their ID title championships. All right, Ty, whoop whoop. We'll see you in a bit, pal. Yeet yeet. Yeah, party time, people. Yeah, pal.
We are back to TNA Impact. Second is TNA.
And he is not alone tonight in the Impact.
Following contest is a six-man tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Tasha Steeles, the team of Jason Hotch, John Skyler, and Exalted.
The challenge was looking the next main official 1 week from Sunday, live on pay-per-view and TNA.
Whoop whoop. Get tag team time. Yeet yeet. We just saw another. We just saw a tag team match earlier. Oh, this is a 6-man. Then we got an 8-man later. Yeah, this is where like they're making big mistakes. Like both companies are making big mistakes. Is like just nothing but multi-man matches. Yeah, I know that's insane, dude.
And their opponents, Mustafa Ali's personal secret servants.
Yeah, you would hope it was.
This is still such a surreal situation when you see Jason Hotch and John Skyler and even Tasha Steeles out there at ringside. Behind Cedric Alexander, I know there have been risks. I know Ali has been on a tear on another level, not himself, but he's done so much for all the members of Order 4. To show the
Oh, that's a delicious slice of pizza, pal.
Ali has this whole situation with Alexander. I said it before. Oh, almost from Ali's pass here.
Cheap shot there on John Schuyler. Cedric Alexander.
Get me right to censor, pal.
Matchup. Oh! And that's
to the TNA ring here.
multi-time champion, WWE, and of course his history with.
They went to that hot tag pretty quick.
To WrestleMania 2018, these two had a stellar matchup. You and I were in the building that night. There is unfinished business between. Considering the way Ali is traded for Alexander.
Thinking about it, not quite sure yet.
So far beyond just one moment to these guys. To try to quell everything that's going on with Order 4 and Ali, but for himself, it seems like.
It seems like Stellar Punch and Steele's elected to side with Alexander.
You know, this is a good match. This is a pretty good match. Like this is what TV matches are supposed to be. When I talk about TV matches, this was a good TV match. This is a really good TV match. Got the business across. Got the people over it needed to. Good TV match. And done in quick manner, too. And now we have a heel getting heat on the babyface. Or we think so, anyway. Oh, we got a swerve, bro. Tasha Steele stabbing Cedric in the back. But she leaves both men. Like, well, so what's going on here? So what exactly does this? All right, let's see where this goes. I will say they've at least been doing some like twists and turns in this story. All right, I guess Ali and Tasha are still, or what's going on? Okay. All right, that was good stuff. Yeah, that was an odd. That was very odd. But I'm hoping that they'll at least follow up on it logically.
Winner takes all at Slammiversary. Slamovich and Jane collide in tag team action next.
Okay, we got another 6-person tag. Or another 6-way tag. Yeah, that's some Stockholm syndrome there, pal. Oh my. Oh no. What a maneuver. No, that was interesting. I liked that. I'm interested to see where this goes. Because they're at least they're putting effort into this story, trying to at least keep you guessing where it's going and advancing it, on a week-to-week basis.
Oh my sauce. That is so embarrassing. I am so
Oh, YouTube
saucy.
commercial kicks in.
Sorry.
Of course, that commercial might have been more entertaining than just watching the TNA Will Be Right Back. So it's a burger talking to the person about to eat it. Yeah, agreed. Especially on the same night when Collision's running. Actually, been several nights that Collision's been running that they've had TNA free on YouTube. Wider reach. Plus, they're trying to get that 10 million for the TV rights deal, which is like Ben and Matt broke it down on the Friday Locker Room today. That's still a nice budget. Per episode. I'm sure WWE would have no problem kind of help footing that bill a little bit. Yeah, give me unexpected nutshot Jones, pal. Did not see that one coming. But hey, adds a little bit of a shot in the arm to it, though, in my opinion. Because even Ali seemed pretty shocked. The way he sold it, he was pretty shocked about Tasha's actions. So that's making me wonder, is she kind of like a puppet master pulling the strings here? Or in this case, puppet mistress.
Introducing first from China,
Was also one of those things too. Is tune in next week to find out. We got Team Zaya plus Masha, pal.
He is the champion, Masha.
Someone is guaranteed to make history. Slammiversary. We know this Sunday it's WWE Evolution. JC Train defending Grace. The winner of that matchup will defend the NXT Women's title against the TNA Knockouts World Champion Masha Slamovich. It will be title versus title. Winner takes all. One of these winners.
Masha.
Champions across both TNA and WWE.
Oh, Labrat. Yeah, you were right. You were right to call 9 Labrax. We're about to see number 3 right there, I think. Yep, give me champion Reptilian Britt Baker, pal. Whoop, whoop. Oh, I'm sorry, we were at 4. My bad. We're currently at 4 belts. Yeah, what we have not seen yet are the tag, X Division, Universal, or World, but we know we'll see the Universal later on. Or not Universal, sorry, International. Later in the show.
TNA's World Championships in the hands of NXT wrestlers. It's unfathomable. I really don't want to go there, but it's entirely possible. And the way that Casey Jane Fatal for quite some time if you follow NXT, and you've been here in TNA. As a matter of fact, when she was not champion, she went one-on-one ago in a non-title matchup. Slamovich defeated Jane that night.
So the common logic could tell you that Masha Slamovich, that was nasty. That Slamovich has that advantage, that psychological hold
Cover, kick out.
that you can have over someone with a past victory like that.
There's also, I know you talked about the possibly worst outcome for TNA Wrestling at Slammiversary. You do have to entertain it. Consider what happened at Battleground. Right? Imagine if Masha Slamovich becomes a dual champion in 2 different companies.
I mean, it would be another history-making moment that we've had in the last couple of months here. But thankfully, nothing would swing in the favor. It would be so good for the morale, for the locker room, for the spirit here in TNA Wrestling. Look out.
Oh! Henley getting launched there by Z. Cover and a kick out.
They're doing a great job of countering back and forth here with Fallon Henley. But look at that. I don't know if she saw that tag to JCJ.
Oh! Huge knee by Jane.
Damn! That caught her flush in the face, pal.
From around the post. Battle influence is taking on.
Good heat spot, pal. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. And that My Hut box is delish, pal. And one of the better deals out there. Whoop, whoop. That's good, Lab Rat. Good to hear, man. You got to have those classic cuts, pal. You're the classic Eden Pizza Hut. Like, that's a slice of classic Americana right there, buddy. Pun intended. TNA will be right back, pal.
Nasty chick.
This has been the thing that's impressed me so much about JC Jane. She is an outstanding
Oh, YouTube commercial kicking in.
You're one of those people that saves money by watching the ad.
Hey, that's a good way to open up your ad. Hey, you're one of those people that saves money by not paying for no ads. Hey, what's up, Sonic? Good to see you, pal. Whoop whoop. Happy Thursday. Hope your Thursday is going well. Yeet yeet.
Your ability within that ring.
I'm seeing slowing things down. I talked about the head games, the direction that Jane has me facing. It's just trying to get the head of my facility even more.
On paper, JC Chain and Masha Slamovich have a lot of things in common.
Man, delicious pizza, pal.
Familiarity amongst several of the players in this matchup, to your point.
Good to hear, pal. Thank you. It is. Today's actually been a really good day.
Jane is legal. This has been
Finally got my car back from the shop after not having it for over 3 weeks. Finally get back to work. Of course, I have a stacked weekend coming up between that and all the shows to do and to cover.
Familiarity, working together on NXT, obviously. Whole team Jane to shock NXT Women's Championship victory.
Playing these bad talent has been now several minutes. Desperately needs to get out of here. Desperately needs a tag to Masha Slamovich.
I found Henley really slowing things down here against Lady Lady. It feels like an eternity since.
It's been a decent match so far.
This knockout tag team matchup continues here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Well, now we're back from picture in picture, pal.
From NXT up against Brandon Lee, the TNA Knockouts World Champion Masha Slamovich. I'll tell you what happened before the commercial break. However, here's how the NXT Women's Champion JC Jane and Fatal Influence covered.
Yeah, that knee strike that Fallon Henley hit on the corner earlier, that sounded more real than those thigh slap strikes. That sounded more realistic. Way more realistic. Like if you had the announcers being like that was bone on bone, yeah, I could buy that.
Fatal Influence. Here's the more cover. Oh, it still is.
Whoop whoop.
Desperately needed that. On a Slamovich 2-1 against Fatal Influence. There's a cover on Jane, trying to pin the champion and a kick out. What a momentum boost that could have been for Slamovich on her own road to Slammiversary, regardless of the opponent. Was trying to set up for the snowplow.
Oh, wait here.
Hold
Have
on.
it here.
Slide. Just for a moment. I'll wait for another knee strike. Slamovich retorts.
I'm trying to wrap up, Jane.
Think about air raid crash there. Standing switches.
Dude, if she dyed her hair blonde, she could easily pass for Dawn Stevens. Easily.
Could we see just a repeat of
2-on-1
It's very possible it could be cold-blooded.
beautifully done. The neck breaker off of the ropes.
Remember, they get that stuff. They go out and find people to make that for them. And there's people who make a living doing that.
just in the very nick of time? Everybody down and this knockout
Muff pile.
team matchup.
This matchup has been outstanding. What a display of tag team wrestling. What a preview of Slammiversary we're getting tonight on Impact.
Now it breaks down the Knockouts World Champion Fallon Henley is duking it out in the center of the Slammiversary. Perhaps the most risky matchup, the most momentous matchup to take her reign.
Certainly one of the biggest gambles of both NXT and TNA have agreed to.
Bad way in a bad part of town.
Jasmine Nix, the remainder of Fatal Influence on the outside. Both sides supporting Savage Lee. 2-on-1 opportunity there against the champion. Now Henley and Jane dumping Lee outside. Oh, right to the face. Slamovich gets him with a super kick.
The Bane, Jane, and Henley are a little bit more fresh here. And now, once again, it's a 2-on-1 kind of scenario potentially.
Tag made. Casey Jane telling Fallon Henley to end this thing.
Could just be a matter of moments here for the Knockouts World Champion.
Oh, look at the champion.
Ooh.
back inside.
Good camera cut on that, 'cause that did not like that hit. You're right. And I like that they had Masha pin somebody with the snowplow. Because when we see her, because she still has the Requiem, that pile driver, that if somebody kicks out of the snowplow, she still has that to go to.
Opposite side of this building, incredible momentum. Title versus title. Winner takes all.
Right now, it's time for the TNA injury.
Injury report time. Whoop, whoop.
Frank Miguel of the Rascals is officially sidelined with a hernia. As a result, Myron Reed will step in to team with Zachary Wentz
Yeah, agreed.
tonight in their match against First Class and the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Nemesis. Following last week's brutal chain match against Masha Slamovich for the TNA Knockouts World Championship, Killer Kelly is currently not medically cleared to compete. She will continue to be evaluated by BioFlex staff in the coming days.
BioFlex staff.
Is in a great deal of pain after the shocking post-match attack by Dark State last week, while Cardona is being kept out of in-ring action this week. Stay tuned for further updates as BioFlex continues to monitor all TNA.
Yeah, that shit's so goofy the way they do that.
BioFlex.
But still to come, a huge 8-man tag team main event as the Hardys and the Rascals team up to take on First Class and Tag Team Champions, the Nemesis. Also, one-on-one action as Indy Hartwell takes on Victoria Crawford with Tessa Blanchard looking on. But the TNA International title is on the line as Steve Macklin defends against Jake Sullivan.
All right, so we're about to go to 5 belts here once we come back. All right, I heard a commercial. I'm going to go grab a couple of sodas. Be right back. Whoop, whoop. And we're back. Whoop, whoop. I can see it happening. Honestly, you know what? That would be something to keep the system interesting. Turn them babyface and have them help Matt Cardona and get System versus Dark State. Nice cold-blooded. Whoop, whoop.
It was the first match in TNA wrestling. It was to set the tone and define the standard of total non-stop action wrestling. With missions and a world bound by TNA. So a revolution. Born in defiance, the X Division became an identity.
Yep. And just to drive it home, you have Dark State jump the system. That would be really cool to see. That either that or maybe Bound for Glory. If not Slammiversary, then I would imagine Bound for Glory.
Beautiful, isn't it? History.
Oh, there's 5 belts right there. Moose in the X Division title, pal.
Words associated with me that you would never live up to. See, I get it. You've made a couple of viral clips, and now you think you can carry the X Division?
I know I can carry the X Division. And these are laughing because they think I'm joking, but I promise you now, I'm deadly serious. And listen to me, big man. I've been here in the chat. Longest reigning this, most dominant now. But for me, I'm chasing something that hasn't been broken since
A wild moose appears, pal.
to this planet. To be the youngest X Division champion of all time, and that is something that I don't need backup for.
See, Leon, I get it. Everybody's saying you have potential, but that's the thing. They're rewarding you for things you haven't accomplished. See, me, I've done everything here in TNA wrestling. And at Slammiversary, after I beat you, I'm gonna move on. And I'm gonna end up being the longest reigning TNA X Division champion who's ever walked into this company. And you, my friend, well, you would just be another name on my list.
Moose, I promise you right now, with everything that I stand on at Slammiversary, I'm going to give you the toughest fight of your life. You get me?
I'm sure you guys love when I was attacked by Dark State, right? The thing is, I don't think they're just coming after me. I think they're coming after everybody in TNA.
Lab Rat, you called it, dude. You called it. That's exactly where he's going. That's exactly where Cardona's going.
I need your help, bro. A lot of tension brewing.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to build to it at least. Dude, yeah, that's exactly where that is exactly where they just went.
And Mance Warner have both been targeting that same championship. Warner,
like the rest of the system blew him off.
Last week, however, it ended in a no contest.
And Myers was kind of like, "Yeah, we'll talk later."
International championship match on Impact.
And it's for the TNA Internet
Darn Psycho gets another chance at gold here. A chance to make good, make right on what he started here in TNA Wrestling.
Next, from Midland, Michigan, weighing in at 262 pounds, Jake Sophie.
Oh, and check something timing in the ring out right after Manson. Fellas, I get wrong. This match is
Yeah, Manson and Steph work really well together. Yep. Yeah, some more GCW connections there, pal. We said 6 belts.
himself and now Steve Macklin. Oh, in one of the more dangerous situations. In a situation where
Oh yeah, Matt Cardona. Yeah, him too. Whoop, whoop.
Those weeks and weeks waiting to come back here and strike and make something.
Macklin's giving up some size to Jake something. Just got taken out of the air by the 262-pound powerhouse.
Who can forget Macklin was out here with us on commentary?
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Pitch up a no disqualification roll and grabbing a steel chair.
Oh! You know, Master likes gonna take advantage.
Yeah, at least they're making sense out of the whole. Well, if 3 ways and 4 ways and 5 ways and 6 ways or no DQ, no disqual, and then no count out. All right, bring out the weapons, pal.
Reference Barbed Wire Massacre from Unbreakable back in April, the same night Macklin won the TNA International Championship.
No doubt about it. It was Vance Warner looking on. And beat that, and then also defended the international title in that horrendous, that hellacious dog collar match. He watched a match like that.
Warner's fiance, Miss Helen Booth, stepped to Lander.
Yeah, give me all the ways, pal.
Steel chair.
Let me count the ways.
Look out.
Forearm smash.
Rising like the toxic Avenger. Get something.
Oh my God. Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a believable go home. All right, I'm glad. Yeah, that's exactly how they should have got out of that. You have Steph Lander put his foot on the rope.
And he goes technically in the trip.
Yeah, we're pulling back on the blood, pal. Pulling back on it. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, and Masha had a. Remember that one match between Masha and Killer Kelly was a chain match that was no blood, pretty good. It was they worked.
You know what's coming up next?
And Warner
Tag him and bag him, pal.
Enough to put him away. Retain the title.
to the leg that's broken up by Jake something.
What a way to return here it would be for Jake something to capture, to finally
Whoop, whoop.
He has all the power. He has all the ability. God knows he has all the willpower and the motivation in the
Bell
world.
count, we are currently at 6, pal. So, Lab Rat, you might take it tonight. Because we still have to see the tag team titles and the TNA World title.
That's something that can be said of all three men in this matchup at various points.
No, unfortunately, we're kind of locked in. Kind of locked in, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm stuck at 8-2. I'm stuck at 8-2.
Oh, what in the hell is Jake something thinking about? Now there's
Agreed.
from behind, slowing up both these men.
Knowing him like we do, I think Jake something was thinking power bomb from
Like
the top rope.
you use it when it means something. Like, and enhances the story and the visual. Like with that moment of, Stone Cold Steve Austin passing out in the sharpshooter at WrestleMania 13, would that have been as iconic as it was without that blood dripping down his face as he was screaming?
But nobody can take advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got to adhere by the bylaws, unfortunately.
Warner and something trying to dethrone Steve Macklin, the inaugural TNA International Champion. Oh. A vicious, brutal, hard-hitting triple threat match on the road to Slammiversary for the championship.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Macklin goes down in a heap.
To hear all these shots back and forth. Like I said, the tooth flying.
Big forearm.
Yeah, the match has not been pretty decent. Whoop whoop.
The hell is Jake something?
That momentum there.
The steel steps.
Now, Vince Warner.
Good bump and sell on those steel steps by Jake, though.
The picture here.
Oh,
and something goes down in the heap, and now he's all alone. Vince are all alone with Macklin.
Jake something like
Like 9. Macklin hangs on. That's the fight in the international champion.
Warner was trying to.
Yeah, I never saw any of Mance's MLW stuff or GCW stuff, but like he definitely looks like he's in shape, from what I've seen of him in TNA.
You don't got to be fully bulletproof. You just got to hold the line long enough to get your opportunity. And still standing tall. The international champion.
When it will hold the line. He is your road to Slammiversary. Asha, what the hell is that? Asha, I'm talking to you.
Oh, we're seeing a follow-up.
I am sick and tired of all of you. You know what? Let me tell you something, Mr. Ali, the leader of Order 4, trying to lead us in championships, and I don't see a championship on anyone. Ever since your loss to Santana at Rebellion, you have been in a downward spiral, and it has been getting on my nerves. So yes, I made the call to Cedric Alexander because I wanted to play you and you and you. And I knew Cedric was going to come save me. That's what he did. He saved me. But the only thing that needs saving is this damn group. Because of my plan, You now have a marquee match at Slammiversary against the one person you never beat. That's a former cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, that I kind of called earlier too. Like this is actually all like a plan that Tasha set up to kind of like slap everybody upside the head and recognize like.
Alexander. You two. Instead of you two, one red thing. Won't you worry about your damn jobs? Because we had nothing. And now we got so many zeros on our paycheck. Let me ask you all something. Where were we before Order 4? Yeah, exactly. Now, we're going to TNA's biggest pay-per-view. And we're going to do it.
We need to write for The Simpsons and South Park, pal.
Has anything else to say? Now is the time to say it.
So basically, Tasha orchestrated everything, including bringing Cedric Alexander in as like a wake-up call reality check for the rest of the group.
Yeah, I lied to you, but I also saved you.
But it's like everything she did, she made it like, yeah, she
knew I hired the right person. Now, with no chaos in front of us. A united.
Okay, this actually makes a lot of sense. This strangely makes sense.
Shall we?
And that made Tasha the smartest woman in the group. Oh, damn, we got some system involvement.
I mean, really, look at everything we've accomplished. We've held all the titles. The proof is in the pudding. The system works.
So let's find. For the system next week. No. Next week. I have a lot going.
We accept. We'll see all of you next week. Let's go, boys.
Next week.
Good luck.
Next week. Next week.
They kind of.
The following advertisement has been paid for by Fourth Row.
Hang on, what is this? Fourth rope, what is this?
A certified T and a bona fide stud.
Enzo! Enzo's coming to TNA!
How you doing?
Yes, this is part of the show. This belt counts. We are now at 7 belts. Enzo to come into TNA, pal. Yes, this is OG content. This is not B-roll footage. So the belt counts.
Am I not supposed to go in there? What I gotta do? I gotta buy a ticket, wear a wig, sit in the front row, try number 1 in the world. What I gotta do? Honestly.
Yep, there's 2 more, but 3 are still in play.
5G, well connected. Then MSG for me. Remember, you're in my backyard. Because I'll remind you, when Sinatra sang New York, he wasn't in New York. He was looking at it. You're supposed to check in. Here's what I'm going to do. Have your people get in touch with my people. You're in
Forbidden door, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Remember what happened at MSG? Okay? I would recommend not checking in. Check in. Check in.
Well, damn, pal. Yeah, this is actually a really good soft reintroduction for Enzo. A really good soft reintroduction for him if he does go back to WWE. Whoop whoop.
She's got to face Victoria Crawford. This match is next.
Yeah, dude, TNA's kind of cooking, pal. Whoop whoop. In fact, I'm gonna go to Xland real quick. Yeah, putting stuff like this out in front of your widest, available audience, that's a smart way to do it. And build to your big pay shows. Kind of like how wrestling used to be. Whoop whoop.
A message from Mike. The uglier the lemon, sweeter the juice. Hand-picked lemons for flavor.
Whoop whoop.
Go hard. Nobody makes lemonade.
Oh shit. There we go. Whoop whoop. Dude, good. It's a good Mike Santana vignette right here, pal. Whoop whoop. Dude, bro. They actually played voicemail recordings of his late father encouraging him. Like, dude, that's a bro. That's some real shit right there, pal. Dude, I'm putting money on Santana going over at Slammiversary.
To the UBS Arena on Long Island, New York.
Yeah, I'm shedding a couple real tears there because that shit's real, pal. Mike Santana taking his reality, taking his real life, and injecting it into his character. Whoop, whoop.
Being the overall commentary with us last week is the inspiration you defeated Tessa Blanchard and Victoria Crawford tag team match. We're not putting on commentaries like Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, considering you've seen like Indy Hartwell go to TNA and keep her WWE name, Cedric Alexander go to TNA, keep his WWE name. Is TNA kind of like a beefed up version of OVW as part of the developmental process? Whoop, whoop. Smoky Toki time, yeah, pal. Whoop, whoop.
She better tread lightly.
Between you two at Slammiversary, you go one-on-one.
At Slammiversary, she's going to realize she's not undeniable or impressive. She's just forgettable. Her personality is like watching paint dry, Tom.
Well, Crawford is just toying with Hartwell, breaks the count.
Yep, for real. Plus, to be fair to Trick, though, I think maybe only a couple of TNA shows he did not appear on since winning the belt, and that's because there were tapings before he got it, so that was like they didn't want that spoiler to get out. But other than that, I think he's always appeared, on TNA programming since he won the title. And even on the weeks that, the like first couple of weeks, he still sent, something in.
For much of that matchup, it could have been you or Indy Hartwell that walked out as the number one contender to the national world title.
To be honest, it would have been.
You can fix her, pal. Well, best of luck. Whoop, whoop.
Now I've got to clean up this mess at Slammiversary before I can go back on that path.
Hartwell, who remains undefeated.
Isn't she the one who kind of cost Arn Anderson his job?
Because she's never.
Of course, now he's back, so it's all good after getting a fat paycheck from Tony Khan. Whoop, whoop. Allegedly.
This was not How Tessa Blanchard wanted this night to go.
Indy, this is what you do. You ruin friendships. This is exactly what you do and what you've always done. You don't know anything about loyalty, not a dang thing. You can copy the look, you can study the moves, but there's one thing that's for certain. You have walked across my back for years. I carried around your dead weight through our friendship. You clung to my shine like a parasite for years. If it wasn't
For real.
you'd still be in Australia wrestling for a meat pie and a handshake. Everything that you are is because of me. Every success that you've ever had is because of me. And you know what, Indy? At Slammiversary, I end this. You are not undeniable. You are not even impressive. You are nothing but forgettable.
Gosh, look at this. The world is buzzing right now.
That's a lot of views.
Give me the father and daughter authority figures, pal.
Yeah, very nice. Then tell me why I keep getting kicked out of these buildings far from work. And Cody Deer gets fired and he's here. Cody Deer's not here. Cody Deer is the hometown man, you idiot. Because I hired the hometown man. His merch is flying off the shelves. I think I would know. I know the games he's playing. Okay, listen very close. I know this is going to be hard for you. Remember Super Eric? Yeah, that was great. Great. I was Super Eric. Okay. You blow my mind.
They're paying off Super Eric. After all these years, they finally paid off Super Eric. Knock off Caesar Sara and Yuta, pal.
Look, you can provide real proof. I'm talking real proof. You got a reason of a doubt.
Here, you are Super Eric? No way.
You're both going to be responsible. It's on.
You're going after the hometown man, pal.
I mean, on one hand, Eric Young is absolutely a pins athlete, but on the other hand, for the first time in over 15 years, we know the truth, Ray. Well, Super Eric was Eric Young all along.
About Santa Claus, two-handed. I'll let you cool down. We still have plenty of action still to come here on Impact, including a huge 8-man tag team matchup.
Yeah, I guess so. Because remember, like, I think she posted, like, she herself said something to the, like, in an interview or something that, oh yeah, this storyline's done. I'm going back to NXT strictly. And then, like, the next week, she's back in TNA doing the same character. It's like, okay, I guess they flipped on that. Not that I'm complaining. I thought it was a good role for her. I think her and her dad on TNA and NXT, I think that's pretty entertaining and, good for them to be able to do stuff together. Let's see what's going on. Exit the chatter is. Here's a tweet about Isn't Enzo Amore super problematic? Shit, TNA's 2 for 2. First Tessa, now him. Yeah, maybe so. The last time we saw Robert Stone on TNA was the night after. I forgot what show it was. The one where him and Santino wrestled, and he was trying to get into the building. He was getting thrown out by security, and then we haven't seen him since. Yeah, tonight's been an interesting night for TNA. I mean that in all the best ways possible.
Thursday on an all-new TNA Impact. It's the final stop before Slammiversary. Will Sami Callihan derail the momentum of TNA X Division champion Moose? Sandy Luna looks to stake her claim in the.
Looks like I turned the fan off. Whoop, whoop.
Teams up with Mike Santana against Frankie Kazarian and TNA.
Yep,
World
agreed, for real. Whoop, whoop.
One week away from Sunday.
Joe Hendry, sit down, pal. Oh, man, those potato chips are delicious, pal. Whoop, whoop.
But the same way that the fans helped you for 12 years get to that point, become TNA World Champion, the fans spoke out very loudly about having Mike Santana involved in this matchup. He spoke out about it as well. How do you feel about Santana's involvement in this match? Honestly, has the passion, he has the fans behind him. But what I've done, sit in the chair. When Mexico needs somebody, they ask for Joe Hendry. When the company needs someone to go out and talk to the media, it's me that comes in. I'm the one that put the TNA Wrestling World Championship on Ariel Helwani's desk. Never before had a TNA wrestler been on that show. I on a regular basis, walking out in front of 7,000 people every day. I was either on a TV show or on a plane, and I did it with a smile on my face. Mike Santana does not have that experience. So with all due respect, he can want the title all he wants, and one day he will be the guy. But right now, Joe Hendry is the one to lead TNA Wrestling. And in that environment,
Here's my dark horse prediction in the three-way. Joe Hendry turns heel in the three-way to get the belt back. Santana chases him to Bound for Glory. And that's when he beats him and gets it back. Or Santana beats him and gets it.
And now I need them for my
Like looking at this, I could after this vignette, I could see that happening.
they believe the songs as the entrance.
It seems like they're setting him up for like him kind of getting the mindset of I know what's best for you, and I'm gonna have to do what I have to do to make it happen.
Amateur wrestling at 27 years old because I wanted to legitimize myself. I have my black belt in judo. People forget this about me because they think about the songs. But I will do exactly what needs to be done to win the championship at Slammiversary.
And he kind of just said it right there a little bit. I will do what needs to be done to win the title. Hang on one second. I gotta answer this. Screw it. Never mind. All right, and that is now 8 belts. You're now at 8 belts.
Right now, Tommy is set to be joining us. Well, we're certainly going to talk about it.
Hey, you heard that, Tom. You heard that. Don't be hating on me. I heard everything you said over the past couple of weeks. You respect your champion. You respect his goal.
We do have business to attend to. Trick. You're supposed to try.
All right, so I'm guessing Casey's doing well enough to where he can work an 8-man. Which, good for him. Good to see that he's in he's good enough to at least work. Yeah, unless we get a swerve, the final bell count tonight is going to be 10, which means none of us get it, because I don't think any of us was expecting Enzo Amore to show up with his belt. Yep, and here's 9 and 10 right here. 10, 10, off by 1. Yep. Yep. Enzo kind of screwed you. You would have had it. To be fair, you were smart. You were smart and called it, expecting that JC Dane to show up with the NXT Women's title. But yeah, Enzo, that random Enzo vignette. Yep, none of us saw that one coming.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that was a great call because, of course, JC Jane showed up with the NXT Women's title. It's just, I don't think any of us would have expected Enzo showing up with some random belts. Yeah, no kidding. That was a swerve tonight. Like on par with the swerve of Tasha Steelz being a mastermind, setting everything up to basically like slap the group upside their head and get everybody on the same page. Including to the point where she brought Cedric Alexander to TNA. Yeah, they're doing a pretty good. Yeah, they're doing a very good job building the Slammiversary. And plus, I like how they're building to the like. There's more, and when it comes like with the X Division title with Moose and Leon Slater, there's actually like a lot more on the line than just the X Division title. Like basically, Moose becoming the longest reigning X Division champion, and Leon Slater becoming the youngest X Division champion. Both of those are on the line as well, and they're at least building to that, and they continue to sell that. Whoop whoop. And we'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick piss break. Be right back. Whoop whoop. And we're back, pal. Whoop whoop. Yeah, so there are so it has been officially announced. Yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, there will be but we'll get to that when I get to we'll get to the end of the show tonight. Whoop whoop. Yeah, Slammiversary, that might be the best show of July. Like, it's shaping up to be the best wrestling show of July, I think. Ah, yummy, yummy. Whoop, whoop. Delicious pizza, pal.
For the nitty-gritty, I mean, what was it? I gotta ask you about First Class that made Trick Williams say, "Yeah, I need these boys by my side. I need to get them."
Everybody knows AJ Francis is a hip hop head. He's a former NFL player. Trick Williams is a hip hop head, a former NFL player. What's not to coexist right here? Look at Casey Navarro, man. You know what? He reminds me of Melo a little bit. I hate to say it, but he reminds me of Melo. I said a lot of potential in Casey. You feel me? I found it well between you and Melo. I'm just talking about the talent. I ain't talking about the name. Now the Rascals going to work on Nick Nemeth. This is Zachary Wentz, who's legal.
Whoop, whoop.
Paired up with individual members of the Nemesis in subsequent weeks.
Tag made in comes Ryan Nemeth, and of course the main event of Slammiversary is a three-way match for the TNA.
Oh yeah, I just remember that Myron Reed's engaged to Killer Kelly, and they just had a child together about a year ago. Not that long ago, I should say. And once again, congrats to the couple. Whoop whoop.
This company. I got a question for you, Tom. Why you be hating on me? I made it very clear, and I've held my tongue, and I've been told to hold my tongue. In fact, I said what I said, and you called me on it. The fact is, you don't care about this company. You don't care about this champion. How can you say something like that? The TNA doing so good. When you understand what's best for TNA, you'll like Trick Williams a lot. Man, Trick Williams. I was the man before I got here. That's why they got me here. Focusing on the matchup there. Jeff Hardy face to
Dude, I kind of like it. I'm liking the interaction on commentary between Trick Williams and Tom Hannafin, where Tom's like, I'm trying to be professional, but at the same time, you know, kind of fuck you, dude. You know, with all due respect, professionally.
To be fair, you cut corners 4 times. You face Santana and Hendricks. First place is Battleground. I don't cut nothing but a check, man. Standing moves out. There's the cover. Oh, and a kick out.
Yeah, pal. Whoop whoop.
To lose the championship, you're not even remotely worried about that. Let me tell you something. I've been doing this for a long time. 2 years, man.
Yeah, that outfit does look very Bret Hart-ish.
Doing this for a long time. You make put some respect on my name. Now, Wentz. So that's what I'm turning it around. See? And that's why the faction can do something beautiful. A little taste of the four-way ladder match for the tag titles at Slammiversary right here on Impact.
All right, back to that hard commercial break. Let's see what's going on next, pal. See if anyone else talking about what's been going on. Yeet, yeet. There's a little bit more talk about it. Let's see here. One tweet says, Uncle Shibata lost and Enzo fucking Amore is in a major promotion in 2025. What a dark day for pro wrestling. Fucking woke marks. Enzo Amore in big 2025? Really, TNA? Enzo Amore is coming to TNA. Let's go! That's about it so far. Good question. Yes, because sounds like you're turning him babyface. Like, why'd you take that America's Team moniker off him? Yeah, indeed, Lab Ray is getting people talking about him, bad or good. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're gonna like it looks like this. He might be setting up a system babyface turn potentially. If that's the case, why'd you take that America's Team moniker off him? Whoop whoop.
In this 8-man tag team match, taking full control. As Zachary Wentz is in a bad way here.
In comes Ryan Nemeth, one half of the TNA World Tag Team Champions. It'll be tipped off that he got pinned by Zachary Wentz recently. Covered with a kick out at one.
We have a chance to right that wrong right here tonight.
Tag made. In comes Casey Navarro. So, Trick, how much did you pay first class to help you out?
Oh,
Cover kick out. How did you persuade them to come save you the night you were defending against Santana?
Whoop whoop.
You here right now, ain't you?
Well, they say sometimes not to speak out of turn, but better be on the right hand of the
Whoop,
devil than in his path.
Dangerous man, pal. Yeet yeet. PG-13. JC Ice and Wolfie D are here, pal.
What's it? But just a matter of days until all four of these teams are just destroying each other in a ladder match. Cover by Francis and a kick out from Wentz. Very well, who do you give the edge to it?
Whoop, whoop.
Come on. The Hardys basically affected the art form that is the ladder match. You got to give them that Full Metal Man, which is really ladder match, especially the way that match went down.
That brother Ryan needs to close out.
Yeah, amongst other things.
I agree with you on that.
And I'm going after Roscoe's corner. Hardy trying to grab a hold of Nick Nimitz. Are we going to turn the eyes away? And Hardy's not forgotten about what happened at Sacrifice back in March inside that steel cage when Nick and Ryan Nemeth left him beaten and bloody. Oh, shot to the heart. Here's the cover. Nemeth kick. Hardy, the last one standing at his side of the ring, trying to rally.
And some of the Order 4 is pretty good tonight, so I think tonight's been a pretty good show. We just needed more moose, pal. More moose, more moose. Come on, more moose, more moose, more moose. Come on, throw more moose.
The ladder match we'll see for the TNA World Tag Team title. Slammer.
Whoop, whoop.
Trick Williams, the TNA World Champion. Man out here backing up first class. We'll have a fine opportunity to walk out of Slammiversary with gold themselves.
Let's talk about it, man. First class chicken.
The attack man, here comes one from Nate Hardy. The Hardys believe that this could be their last opportunity at Slammiversary to capture the TNA World Tag Team titles. To prove to the world they've seen. What a dangerous and wild situation to be in to prove it. But the Hardys, as we know, no fear. Especially in the last.
I want to see another Hardy compound vignette or cinematic, pal. We're overdue for one. Like, why not have this four-way there? That would have made this match even better. Four-way tag team title match at the Hardy compound, and it's like a typical like a broken Hardy's vignette.
Did you say the main event of Slammiversary? Yes, sir. All right.
Here's the cover. Quickly, Francis breaks it up. Your running buddies, trick first class.
How you get down to business? Talk to him, big fella. Uh-oh.
We could see New York that night, ending with first class trick. Oh, all walking out with gold. Matt Hardy to Francis. Wait. Oh.
I can't take this no more.
Francis blocked the twisted crane. Look it up on the news.
I can't take this, man.
Tension flying everywhere. Look out, Wentz. Look at
Get ready to fly, Wentz.
We're looking for a down payment. However, twist of fate. Are you kidding me? Look at this. That's good.
No, that's a good finish. I like that finish. Heels up. And get over the first class Trick Williams, alliance. Good stuff, pal. Whoop whoop. Get me first class tricking, pal. And now they're attacking the Hardys, pal. And here goes Mike Santana. Yeah, I like that lab rat. He's got a crew on each side of the river. Whoop whoop. And of course, here comes Joe Hendry, pal. That was set up really well. I like that. So that was AJ Francis shoved Santana into Joe Hendry's back. Hendry thought that might have been AJ or KC. So he turns around to swing, doesn't realize that Santana clocks him, and he's like, oh shit. Yeah, I know, for real, lab rat. No, we gotta get through this weekend of this weekend's trough. Get the filet mignon. We're gonna see next weekend. Whoop whoop. But as far as tonight goes, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it there for tonight. We got a loaded weekend coming up, and I kind of need a little bit of a break. So for tomorrow, we got the SmackDown watch along and bell count. Yes, this is a pretty good Impact. This is definitely one of the better Impacts tonight. Let me get the let me pull up the official announcement here to make sure I don't get anything wrong here. Alrighty, so then Saturday we got the Smack Attack on Saturday morning. Saturday night's main event on Saturday, and then following that, I'll be doing a replay watch along on for All In. And then Sunday we got The Wreckage. And then a special Smack Attack weekend review immediately following Evolution. Yeah, how you doing, Todd? Whoop whoop. Always good to see you, man. Have a great rest of your night, pal. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah. So Sunday night, I would just give you guys a heads up. I will not be able to do Evolution or at HMG After Dark. My apologies. I have to kind of make up for a lot of lost time and lost work because of and DoorDash time because of not having to have a car for about 3 weeks. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Sunday's gonna be an off night for me, but I will be in the chat with the hanging out with you guys. Whoop, whoop, for that special Smack Attack. And if you don't see you on one of those shows, have a great rest of your night. Also, you can catch me on Twitter, or as the kids call it these days, the X at LG Brandon Whoop. And of course, sporadically on Twitch. But tonight I've been doing a lot of Twitch lately. I'll take a break tonight. And kind of relax and get ready for this long weekend, pal. Whoop whoop. But yeah, you can also catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/LG Brandon Whoop whoop. But as far as tonight goes, we're gonna hang, we're gonna chill, and just relax and have a good time. Good rest of the evening. Much love to you. I hope to catch you on one of the other shows, or just if I happen to pop up on Twitch. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your weekend. If we don't see you again, take care. Much love. Whoop whoop.